about what her policy is. About 5 minutes later, someone like Phillip Hammond, the Chancellor, a keen Remain supporter, not just then but now it seems as well, comes out and says something a little bit different. He's been talking about how we have to have a sort of a compromise with the EU. Exactly how much more can we compromise and still have meaningful Brexit?
Oh, well, I think you're making a very important point, that there is a difficulty for the government, is that the Chancellor has made himself semi-detached and seems to be running his own policy. And that's problematic. Historically, whenever the Chancellor and the Prime Minister aren't in agreement, that makes life difficult for governments, as happened with Tony Blair and Gordon Brown and happened with, towards the end of their relationship, Margaret Thatcher and Nigel Lawson. This is not good for the government and is problematic for both the Prime Minister and the Chancellor.
It's rather more problematic for the Prime Minister when she doesn't feel strong enough to sack him. If you say we've got a Chancellor who is semi-detached, running his own policy, absolutely opposed to the official government policy and the policy of the Prime Minister, he should be sacked.
Well, it's not for me to say that.
It is. You're a backbencher.
No, the Constitutional Convention is that the Prime Minister...
All right, if you were the Prime Minister, Jacob Rees-Mogg, would you have a member of your cabinet publicly undermining your major policy on the major issue affecting the country on a daily basis and let him stay in his job?
As so often, these judgments are not as easy inside as they seem from outside, that the Prime Minister has to keep the party and the country together in the Brexit process. There are strong views on both sides. There are some people who remain very upset about the vote to leave. Phillip Hammond, to some extent, represents that REMOANER opinion. And so, from the outside, it's very easy to say, you should do this or you should do that. But from the inside, the Prime Minister has to recognise that she needs a coalition of support, and I imagine that is why Mr Hammond is remaining where he is.
We're in Lyndon Johnson territory. He needs to be inside the tent, should we say, spitting out rather than outside the tent, spitting in, to paraphrase?
I've just been listening to the Robert Caro biography of Lyndon Johnson on audiobooks. It is absolutely fascinating.
We digress.
Of all the political figures you could mention, he's most extraordinary and complex.
We will make America great again.